Breaking right now, Revenge. Part 2. Tom Bower, the legendary royal author, is sharpening his quill for a new edition of his book, set to reveal huge secrets inside Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's marriage. And this comes, by the way, just at the time that odd little bloke, Omid Scobie, who for many years has been the #1 propagandist for the Sussexes, has announced that he's quitting writing Meghan Harryographies altogether. No more is he going to stand up for this woman. Instead, he's writing a fictitious story about life within the royal family. Now, of course, my mind does go to odd places there, because I think, hang on a minute, every single thing he has written about Meghan and Harry has been a work of fiction. I'm gonna get analysis from our royal mastermind, Angela Levin, in just one moment. But first, let me take you through what Tom Bower has revealed. He's told the Daily Mirror, "I've got a lot of new material already, and I think the whole world wants new insights. It's an amazing story. It's an eye-wateringly unique story, because it's unprecedented. This is such a famous couple who are fighting for themselves all the time. They are relentless and restless, and that's what makes it so interesting. They have both been wounded, and what's fascinating about them is they don't stop fighting back, and the fight back is just as important as their survival. This battle for survival and the fight for revenge is increasing by the week. A lot of people were skeptical of the first book and couldn't quite believe it now. More are converted to what I discovered then, and they'll be fascinated by what I've discovered now. So much has changed over the last 3 years, and so many new things have come out about them." He added, "They have a crisis. Meghan wants to be a billionaire celebrity, and Harry doesn't understand that world. Other than understanding that Meghan wants to be famous, he spent his whole life never having a penny in his pocket. He's never regularly traveled on the tube, never had to worry about having a car or a job. So he doesn't understand where she's coming from, which is that she worked phenomenally hard, struggled hard, and was constantly humiliated, and wants the security of finance and status. She hasn't got the status she craves. She hasn't got the pulling power. He's stuck in California, clinging onto his royal status. As she is, Harry's thinking is of reconciliation. That's just totally unrealistic. There is zero chance of reconciliation because there is irreconcilable anger on the part of William and Kate. Now, Angel, we both know Tom Bower. He is a very thorough journalist. He has worked on a huge number of bombshell books about a huge number of major personalities. He does his research. He's been at the Invictus Games. He's been following Harry and Meghan around. I know for the first book, Revenge, and I'm very happy to say this. I spoke to him in some detail about what I knew, and I think that the book provided a lot of insight, actually into the truth about Meghan Markle. Of course, we have been reporting the truth of these things for a long time too, but Harry and Meghan are going to be petrified about the idea of Tom Bower snooping back into their married life. Right? Yes. Absolutely. That's a brilliant announcement by Tom about what he's going to say and what he's going to reveal. I mean, he's a brilliant writer, but he's also a brilliant advertising himself and, making you to want it and get it sorted before it's even anybody else can see it, because it's not quite ready. I mean, he's really brilliant at that. I am very interested in all these things that he's going to show us, but also I want to know really about what happened to Meghan's mother. I mean, nobody's really talking about that. Meghan lived with her father most of her teenage years, and I'm just wondering, I thought Tom would do it in his last book, but he didn't. So that's obviously a very tricky one, but I hope that this one will come out with that, because I think it's a very, very important thing for us to know, because I think it made Meghan, or it didn't make Meghan, it's very difficult for teenager to cope with breaking up of a parent. And so I'm very interested in that. I'm also interested in the truth about the babies, the two children that we don't really know. So I think there's an awful lot to find out, and I hope that Tom does cover that, as well as them being in a crisis, which actually we can understand immediately, because their lives are dreadful, really. When you've got that revenge that you hang on to, no matter what else you do, and Meghan is so determined. You know, she's going back 5 years now, and she wants to get her own back, and it's going to be very difficult for her. But she's going to fight and fight and fight, and Harry is doing that as well. But he's made so many errors that I don't think he'll stand a chance. And what's so interesting, Angela, is that Harry and Meghan are losing their allies in the media. So many people have turned. Now I'm going to come to Tina Brown in just one moment. She's made a whole load of fascinating new claims. Highly respected royal author too. And then we look at the guy who was totally disrespected, who had no respect, because unlike credible royal authors like yourself, Angela, he was prepared to be completely caught up by spin and by lies that was given to him by the Sussex squad, by Team Meghan, and by Meghan and Harry himself. And what's so interesting, just at a time that you thought Omid Scobie, or as Lady Colin Campbell calls him, Omid Scabies, this very odd-looking man, I mean, God, he spent too much time in Hollywood, Angela, because he is honestly reminding me of Michael Jackson these days. He really is very, very odd what he's trying to do with his looks. Given that he claims to be proudly mixed race, and yet he seems to be trying to adjust his appearance to appear more like a white man. Very odd man. And I've got some concerns actually about what's going on with her Angela up there, because you know, he lies about his age and all of that type of stuff. So you can't believe a word that this guy says, but rather, then write a new chapter in his Harry and Meghan trilogy. Sort of like, oh, didn't they triumph in Hollywood? Didn't this all work out? He's walked away, Angela, because he knows that's just not a palatable story. His last book was a disastrous flop endgame. Barely sold any copies. Yeah. He got media attention, but didn't sell anything. Didn't sell anywhere near as much as one of your books, for example. And now he's given up on writing about the truth. He's actually going to be writing a fictitious tale of a handsome prince within the royal family. And how cringe is this, Angela? When the Daily Mail wrote a puff piece about this, talking about how he had signed a 6-figure deal for this book, the guy actually posted on X, saying it was actually 7. But who's counting? And I thought, you are so crass. You are so tacky. You're just like Meghan Markle. Nothing is about the truth. Nothing is about doing good work. Nothing is about credibility. It's all about the moolah, Angela. But it's interesting, isn't it? When you think Tom Bower is writing this new book, Scobie is not even trying to write a new book about Harry and Meghan because he knows it's just so bad. Yes, I think that he has also got quite a lot of feeling of revenge because he was quite close to Meghan, wasn't he, for quite a long time, and they were near, and he would go and see her a lot and talk about it, and he was her voice, and he also knew when bang, she didn't want to have anything more to do with him, so that was the end of that. So I think in a way, he's much better off to try and find another area. And it's a co-author. He's got he's not writing it himself. Is he? He can't write. No. He's got this person can actually make up story that it's not going to be the truth. It's just going to be a very interesting story. He hopes, he's sort of there to look after it. and the two of them are going to work on it. And it'll probably a lot of people will buy it and read it. But we will all be looking for the lines between the lines. You know, he's just trading off the whole Meghan Markle thing. You're completely right. This is basically, this is the stuff that Meghan told me. But I couldn't actually put in the book for legal reasons. It's going to be all of that. And can I just say, if you want true real reporting with the exclusives that the Royal Rota won't touch, sign up to my Substack, www.outspoken.live. You get first access to our Royal Uncanceled after shows Monday to Friday, plus my whole catalogue of exclusives. And I would really appreciate it too. Angela Tina Brown, very, very credible woman too. And she used to be pretty much team